Hello and welcome. Today I have another ink sample review for you. This one is called Sepia, and I believe the way you pronounce that is Pineider, but I might be wrong. So let's just take a look at this ink. Okay, it is a really nice brown color. It's got a little bit more on the swatch here. There we go. All right, let's get some extra put down here. That looks good. And let's go ahead and write this name on here. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and set this aside under a fan to dry. I'll be right back. All right, there we go. We're going to do a test on copy paper really quick because sometimes you are at work or school or something and don't have access to your nicer paper, but you want to know if the ink will behave itself. So I'm going to put that on here. Also, I have a lot of sepia, so I'm going to go ahead and put the name here. All right, copy paper. There we go. That way we can tell which sepia it was. And let's do a test on some HP32 paper. And HP32 is another copy paper, but it has a smoother finish on it, and it tends to resist the ink really well. So sometimes you can see special effects that the ink has on this paper. It's a really good budget-friendly in-between paper. Alright, so this is HP32. And if there are any colors that you would like to see me review, leave a suggestion, and if I have the ink or if I can get it, we'll do a review video for you. There we go. That's how it's looking so far. Really pretty color. And then let's try this on some Tomoe River paper. And of course Tomoe River resists the ink very nicely as well. And typically out of the three options, this one usually does the best. So I always like to do a swatch here. Okay, Tomoe River. And if you're enjoying these videos or if you like watching them and you want to see more, don't forget to hit like and subscribe so that you don't miss out on anything. It also helps me out a lot, and I really appreciate everybody who watches and subscribes and clicks the like button. There we go. That's how that's looking. I'm going to check on our swatch and see if it's dry. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. So here's how this ink did. It did great on the copy paper. This would be perfect if you wanted a nice brown ink that worked well on all the paper. So this, no feathering or anything, this looks really, really good. And then on the HP32, it was totally fine until I dropped a drop of water on it. So that was my fault, I apologize. However, you can see compared to the copy paper here, this is a much darker brown by comparison, so you see a lot more of the color in here. And also there is a tiny bit of shading, just a little bit in certain places on this ink, although I would consider this to be very low shading, at least on this paper. And then on the Tomoe River, you see the color break out a little bit up here in the swatch. So you've got this really dark shading, or maybe that might even be a sheen. And then the brown in between is kind of a reddish brown. So, and then you do see more shading here in the writing. So I think if you wanted to see the shading, you would need to use the Tomoe River paper. But you can see it's still a very pretty brown, regardless of which paper you're using. The color looks really nice. So that's how that came out. And then here is the swatch. And here you could really see that dark sheen, or it looks like it might be trying to sheen, but it's not shiny. And then around the edges here, you've got some lovely halo shading in the ribbons, just a little bit. And you can see the range of color here from that lighter brown all the way down to this darker and almost like a red toned brown. Very pretty. This is a really pretty color if you want a warmer, like a red toned brown. So I'll see if I can find a link for this and leave it down below for you. And thank you so much for watching. You have a great day.